Okay, this is starting with number 6 here, and we have to just solve. And um, as I had stated before, we don't need to necessarily worry about what this means by solving by substitution. We are just going to solve this system. And the first one is really done by substitution. The second one, you have to do some elimination work. Same with number 8. But you'd have to do some elimination work, and then you do back substitution, and that's why the directions were stated as they were. All right, so let's look at number 6. So right now, we know that y is equal to 2. So right now, we're going to just take that y equals 2, and we're going to plug it in to the second equation in place of y. So what that's going to do for us is give us 4x minus 4 times 2 equals negative 20. So that gives us 4x minus 8 equals negative 20. And then we just solve. Here we add 8. We get 4x equals negative 12. And divide by 4. And we get x equals negative 3. Okay, so that's x. We already have y. And now we can go to the third equation here, plug in the values for x and y. So we're going to have 2 equals 5 times negative 3 minus 5z equals 12. All right, so this gives us 2 equals negative 15 minus 5z equals 12. Not equals 12, plus 12. Let me fix this. That should be plus 12 here. Okay, so now we have negative 15 plus 12, which is negative 3. So negative 3 minus 5z. We're going to now add 3 to both sides. We get 5 equals 5z, negative 5z. Divide by negative 5, and we get z equals negative 1. So we have x, which is negative 3, y, which is 2, and z, which is negative 1. And now we have our ordered triple, and we have the solution for number 6. Okay, let's look at number 7. What I want to notice about this is that we have our first equation already broken down to 2 variables. So if I can go with and work with the second and third equation to eliminate our c variable, then I can get a new equation with only a and b and work with that new equation and the first equation. So let's look at how we can eliminate c. Well, if I multiply the first equation by 5, if I do the flip-flop here with the numbers, I multiply that by 5, that will give me positive 10. And if I multiply the second equation by 2, that will give me negative 10. So positive 10c and negative 10c will cancel. So let's get our new polynomials here. We get 10a plus 15b plus 10c equals negative 45. And we get 2a plus 8b minus 10c equals negative 26. All right, when we add these together, we get 12a and 20 plus 23b. The c variables cancel, and this is going to equal negative 71. Okay, so now we have an expression or a equation involving a and b here with our new one, and also from the first equation. So let's work with those. Negative 2a plus 3b equals 5, and 12a plus 23b equals negative 71. All right, if I look at these, I want to eliminate either a or b. And since 2 goes into 12 6 times, I can multiply this first equation by 6. and that will give me negative 12a. So that would give me negative 12a plus 18b equals 30. My second equation was 12a plus 23b equals negative 71. If I add these together, the a's will cancel. I get 41b equals 30 minus 71 is negative 41. So I divide by the 41, and I get b equals negative 1. All right, so now I have b equals to negative 1. I can plug that back into the first equation. So negative 2a plus 3 times negative 1 equals 5. And I can solve for a. So that's negative 2a minus 3 equals 5. I'm going to add 3. Get negative 2a equals 8. Divide by negative 2. Then get a equals negative 4. Now I have a and b. I'm going to plug that into one of either the second equation or the third equation. I'll go ahead and plug it into the second equation. That gives me 2 times negative 4 plus 3 times negative 1 plus 2c equals negative 9. So that's negative 8 minus 3 plus 2c equals negative 9. Negative 8 minus 3 is negative 11. Now I'm going to add 11 to both sides, and I get 2c equals 2. So you divide by 2 and get c equals 1. So I have my 3 variables. So my ordered triple is negative 4, negative 1, and 1. All right, now let's look at number 8. Number 8, I have all 3 variables in all 3 of my equations. So I'm going to go ahead and just work my way from A down to C to eliminate variables. If I work with the first and second equation, I'm going to multiply this first equation by negative 2. That will give me negative 4a minus 6b plus 4c equals 26. My second equation I can leave. 4a minus 3b plus 5c equals 1. When I add these together, my a terms will cancel. I get 0. Here I get negative 9b plus 9c equals 27. Now, I noticed that 9 goes into all 3 of these, and I could divide by the negative 9 to get b to be positive, and that might make things easier later on. So if I divide by negative 9, I get b minus c equals negative 3. Okay, so that's one of those equations that I'm going to need later on, so I'm going to circle that. Now, if I look at the second and third equations, or you could do the first and third, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to multiply this by negative 4 so that I can eliminate the a term. That will give me negative 4a with the positive 4a. So down here, I'm going to have 4a minus 3b plus 5c equals 1. And when I multiply the third equation by negative 4, I get negative 4a minus 16b minus 12c equals negative 48. So I add these together. The a's cancel. I get negative 19b minus 7c equals negative 47. So now, if I take that equation and work with the other equation that I found, then I can multiply this by negative 19. That will give me negative 19b plus 19c equals negative 47. Positive. Nope, I'm sorry. Negative. Hmm. Okay, I realized I should multiply by positive 19. Going to multiply by positive 19. So that would be 19 minus 19. So 19b minus 19c equals negative 57. And then this equation is negative 19b minus 7c equals negative 47. When I add these together, my b terms will cancel. I will get negative 26c equals negative 104. When I divide by negative 26, I get c equals 4. Now I could take the c equal 4 and plug that in to my b minus c equals negative 3. So b minus the 4 equals negative 3. I add the 4 and get b equals 1. And now I go back up to the one of the original equations. I could take the first one, so 2a plus 3b, and I'm looking for a, so 2a plus 3 times 1 minus 2c, so minus 2 times 4 is equal to negative 13. So that's 2a plus 3 minus 8 equals negative 13. So 2a minus 5 equals negative 13. I add the 5. That gives me 2a equals negative 8. When I divide by 2, I get a equals negative 4. So I get negative 4 for my a, 1 for b, and positive 4 for c. And that's my ordered triple for number 8. And that is number 6, 7, and 8.